Appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, a huge win for us. I thought that was. I told our team. We went out there in warm-ups. That was as good-looking a team and as talented a team. The back was fast. The wideouts were elite. I thought the quarterback was really impressive. I think Mike Loxley's done a great job of getting the right players in there. Both defensive ends, fantastic. So, we played really good players and found a way to win. Love what we're doing in the fourth quarter. Need to improve the third quarter. So I told our guys, back-to-back weeks, we had a 14-point lead and a 10-point lead. In both those games, we've allowed the team to come back. We have to be better about playing complementary football and putting people away. Special teams continue to impress. Really happy for Kenneth Williams. I thought that was a world where football's become a little bit transactional. To see that moment and Troy, that moment with Troy Dannon and him was awesome. So excited to go on the road. Keith tells me we haven't won road games in back-to-back weeks since 2006, which is mind-boggling. Quite a challenge. They've beaten us 5 times in a row. For me, it's a great measuring stick for where we were 2 years ago when we first got started to now. They do a great job. Top 20 in the country in turnover margin. We've been good in turnover margin this last game. When you're -3, I know Coach Fleck, who I have a ton of respect for. I know he preaches +3. We were -3 last game. So when you're -3, you have about a 7% chance of winning. So our guys overcome, but we can't continue to do that. So we'll work on it and see what happens this week. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Obviously, your alma mater fired its coach Sunday, and so your name logically becomes a candidate for that role. What would you like to say about not only Coach Franklin, but the opening there and your relationship to the AD there?
Yeah, well, I love Penn State. Met my wife there. It's my alma mater. Fan since I was born. I think probably had a Penn State shirt when I was born. I love Pat Kraft. And really sad to see Coach Franklin go. When you think about what he did for my alma mater, the program was in peril, right? I mean, the players, if people remember, like the historic sanctions, you could transfer out, you could do whatever you want. Bill O'Brien comes in, stabilizes it for 2 years. James takes over a program in disarray and gives stability, excellence, and to see videos of people like yelling at his kids, and I just don't understand why in our country now coaches are villains. How hard I worked in Carolina and the things that were said to me, or how hard I work here and some of the things that are said. Our coaches work here, how hard Sat worked last year. So I'm just really sad about that part of it. And people say, well, you make a lot of money. Making a lot of money doesn't make your kids feel good when they're hearing that. Make a lot of money. It's nice to make a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but still people. So I really respect James Franklin. Troy and I are in unbelievable relationship too. And Troy and I are in constant communication about this program and where we're headed. I came here for 2 reasons. I love the community here and wanted to live here, and I love it here. And I wanted to rebuild Nebraska football. And, Troy and I understand the steps that you need to take to make us Big Ten champions and national champions. This place is elite. And I want to be a great father, and I want to be a great college football coach. And so, I'm not going to talk a lot about job openings when they come. Maybe it's been a while here, but this is what happens when you win. I've dealt with it. We've won at Temple, and I dealt with it all the time. I've dealt with Baylor. I'm not going to talk about those things ever. I'm not going to talk about my contract here. I'm going to talk about the team. But, I absolutely love it here. And I want us to continue to take the steps needed for us to turn this thing into a beast. And players all across the country want to come here. We have the best facilities. We have elite fans. And, I'm just looking at the future. So, but again, I love that place. I love Pat. I love James Franklin. Sad that came to an end. I wish him the absolute best, but I'm really happy here and excited to get going this week on Minnesota.
What further steps do you feel like need to be taken? You stood in front of us in March 2024 and talked about investment. I think that Nebraska's invested since then. What further steps would you like to see outside of what you can control on the field?
Yeah, I think really now when you talk about football, we have the best facilities. We have the staff. There's really not many things yet. I mean, what Trev started and Troy has been elite. I mean, Troy's, like I said, he's a thought leader. He's a difference maker, and the investment from everybody. The thing I've always said is, like, we have to be unabashed. We can't always worry about the optics of everything. Like, it's a really hard time in higher education. There's cuts, there's all these different things, but we're athletics here is a separate entity. Like, we're not taking money from the university, and so the schools that invest. Dan Lanning had a great quote. I mean, when Oklahoma State, he said, he said, we're investing to win, and that's just players, right? And so there's. In a world of like $30 and $40 million rosters, which isn't going away, I'd like us to do the same thing. And there's sort of like hey, that's not really the Nebraska way. And I'd like it to be. I'd like to invest. I'd like to be at the front of everything. Like weren't we one of the first teams to ever do training table? And weren't we one of the first teams to ever do like academic support? And weren't we one of the first teams to do AstroTurf, at the time Field Turf? And weren't we one of the first teams to have a jumbo board? But now, like, now we're talking about stadium, and everyone's like, didn't they build the Memorial Stadium faster than they built the Capitol? Like, we've invested. We have a history here of being at the forefront and investing, and I just don't want to stop that. I just want to be the absolute best at it. And so, but just for one thing, just as we move forward, like I said, I'm not going to talk about it very often. I'm certainly not going to talk about it like with anyone other than my wife. But Julie decides where we live, so this has been an unbelievable. Her business, she loves it. It's been an unbelievable time in our lives, and I just think we can be. I think we can be a perennial top of the country, one of the best teams in the country. Now, I told our team, like, this is just part of winning. Like I tell our players, like, if you're a good player, everyone should be hitting you up to go in the portal. Do you think people are calling Ja'Cory Barney right now and saying, hey, why don't you come here and play for us? Hell yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you're winning. 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team. He'll get mad at me for saying this, but I told our team, 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team meeting before the Michigan State game, and College Game Day was on. It had College Game Day had Husker fans tired of Rhule, wish they had Signetti, fire. So now all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, people like me. I just, I love my players, and I love the fans, and I love all of this. Like, this is a great place, and I just want us to be positive about this place and where we're headed. Like, are we better than where we were? I haven't done it as fast as maybe some other people do, but we've done it better than some other people have in the last 2 years too. We're in a good place, and so I just want to keep rolling though, and that's why Troy's so elite.
With that distraction with the external media and what have you, how do you talk to the team about this? Because whatever you say or don't say, your name's going to be attached to it for the.
I'm their coach, and I love them, and we're rolling. That's it. Like, I'm the most with them. I'm going to be as honest as possible. So, with everything, I'm their coach. Let's rock.
Is there a level of frustration that this comes up following such a big win for you guys?
No, this is good. It's way better than when I was in Carolina and I was on the hot seat. I mean, again, but nothing has happened. Like, people are like, nothing has happened. Like, a job's open. You just in fairness, and this is about our players. Like, this is because our players are so good. But like, you guys think when we were 5-3 my first year, do you think any schools called me then? We were 5-1 last year. Do you think anyone called me then? Yeah, this is part of the deal. Like, I'm the Huskers coach. Like, this is a great job. Next, you know what I'm saying? I'm not frustrated. Now, I'm worried about Minnesota, and so, but this is a good thing. It just hasn't happened here in a while, but it's going to happen. And it's like the people are going to want to hire Dana, and people are going to want to hire, like, they wanted to hire Tony White last year. It's just, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
Do you understand why maybe it's a little bit of a different discussion when we're talking about your alma mater, played there, friends with the AD, and all that?
Yeah, 100%. Like, but I mean, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible and answer it and then get it over with. Like, I'm here. I'm not a cyborg. I have 2 little girls. I have a wife. I'm worried about have my daughters found a volleyball club to play for. Like, I'm not just like a. When I was 20 something, like I love it here. It's awesome. It's awesome.